Hey, so this is a quick reminder about getting feedback from me, because remember that when you do a written assignment, I mean, where most of the learning in this course is me putting comments on your paper. So reading those comments, one, is very important. Two, is, I mean, I spend an inordinate amount of time doing that, like nothing but that. Okay, so, and it's good because once I start doing it, I'm like, okay, I'm getting to help you. I'm getting to do what I'm actually paid to do. But it does take up a whole lot of my time. So please, I mean, read my comments. One, like I said, that's where you actually do the learning, because so many things will be doing a draft, and then you're, using that feedback to do the final. Remember that on a lot of assignments, the draft grade is just for turning in a draft. It is not the grade for that assignment. So you need to read the comments so that when you turn in the final, you use that instruction to fix it up. Um, so anyway, as you're turning in, one of the first things you're doing is your format assignments. So I just wanted to show you one more time real quick what you're going to get, what it should look like, how to get that feedback. And if you ever have a problem, if you click on the document and it doesn't open or you can't read it, please email me, and that way I can send it to you, because I spend enough time that I want you to get it, and I'm like talking to you, at least in my mind. So, all right, so let's see if I can pick some Blackboard honey. So when I open this up as a student in my preview user, it popped up to this. So I don't know when I give you feedback if it'll do that or not. I am not familiar enough with Ultra at this point to know everything it does. And you can see there's a grade here and the little feedback box. So you can look at your grade and this looks great, but again, if this is like one of our essays or cover letters or research paper or pre-writing or whatever it is that you're working on in the course, and this is just a draft, then that's not going to be the grade on your final. In fact, a lot we all have learning to do, right? And so a lot of times if you don't do anything, the grade on your final is much worse than that. And so anyway, but then what you'll see is it says feedback for student. And so you can click that and download original file. And that's what you want to do. And when you download that file, let me just put this in my temporary folder, then open it up, and it'll be a PDF. And then you'll have, probably, usually I put the rubric at top. So this is the grading thing with comments here. There's notes on if it's something we're doing revision with, or if it was just a draft. How do you submit that final? Things in terms of writing center stuff, Grammarly report, a tentative grade. What grade would this get right now? If it has a tentative grade on it, that means here's what I would grade it if you don't do anything else, okay? And if you don't do anything else, that's the grade that'll go in the grade book. Okay, so you just got to decide, are you okay with it? And there are a lot of assignments where I say, look, if you're happy with this grade, then upload this response to that place in the grade book, okay? Because then I don't have to go looking for the response to you everywhere when I'm in the grade book. I just open up that final, and then I see that grade there, and I'm like, cool, excellent, that's the one you want. Boom, let me put it in, okay? So you download it and then just go and submit the assignment. Just upload my response from here. Anyway, so there's that. There's links in these you can click on and open up. And then there'll be the grading rubric. So that's just the checklist, with like yes or no and some comments in here, just a few here and there. And then it comes to your paper. When you read my comments, you need to read your paper again for them to make sense. So, if you just look at this, then you've got to read this sentence to see how this is a run-on sentence, what's going on here. And you want to read through with when I'm doing editing and suggesting word changes, read through that. The best thing is to read through that aloud. That gives you a feeling for that sound and feel. And so I use track changes where anything I added in is underlined or crossed out. That way you can see that. And then of course, put in comments, things like that. Sometimes it's grammar stuff. Grammar stuff I'll often only mark once or twice. You need to look through your paper for it in other places. And here I've used highlighting so we can see that matches. there's often links so you can just open them up. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to find a new link for titles. Um, so anyway, that's what you get all together. So whenever you get something graded from me, it's going to have that feedback on it. The final version, often I'll just put the feedback in the little box, and you'll just be able, it'll come up and you'll be able to read it, okay? So for example, wait, here we see, Kelly, well, I'm writing to me. Here's my response. Please make sure and read through it, then ask me any questions you have. And so there's the response. So for the final, usually I just put a few notes there because um, you know, I've already given you the instruction on the thing. So, okay, that's more than enough. Let me know if you have any problems. And please, like I said, the most important part of learning to write is getting that feedback. And this is where I'm giving you individual instructions. So please take advantage of that. If you ever decide you're never going to read my comments again, please let me know, because then I'll just grade it according to the rubric and it'll save me time. And I know that sounded kind of snarky, but it just takes me so much time. And when people really aren't going to read my comments, we're all better off. So anyway, take care.